This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, a Unity man made his initial court appearance today for a number of charges, which includes allegedly creating a police standoff. Our Dylan Holloway has details.
47-year-old Aaron Nickerson made his initial appearance virtually in Waldo County Superior Court Wednesday. Nickerson was arrested early Tuesday morning following a confrontation with police. Judge Eric Walker presented Nickerson with a number of alleged offenses that he has been charged with in relation to the confrontation.
Kidnapping Class A, aggravated assault Class B, theft Class B, domestic violence, criminal threatening Class B, domestic violence terrorizing Class B, domestic violence assault Class C, aggravated trespass C, possession of firearm by a prohibited person Class C, criminal mischief Class D, and creating a police standoff a Class E offense.
According to a Waldo County Sheriff's Office police report, deputies responded to a residence in Montville around 2:30 a.m. Tuesday for a reported domestic disturbance. Nickerson was placed under arrest 2 hours later after what authorities are calling a standoff.
Obviously, these charges, the new charges, are extremely serious. Some of the most serious I've ever seen here in Waldo County, short of an actual murder charge.
Nickerson's bail for the charges related to the standoff was set at $25,000. Additionally, Nickerson was ordered to be held without bail on a separate probation revocation motion.
Alleging that you were barricaded as a result of your own actions while armed or claiming to be armed with a dangerous weapon, that you did fail to leave the barricaded location within half an hour of receiving instructions, either personally, electronically, or in writing from law enforcement. Do you understand that charge?
Yes, but that never happened.
Nickerson's next scheduled court date is September 13th. I'm Dylan Holloway reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
We have some details about a crash that took place this evening at 4145 Main Street in Kenduskig. The homeowner told us that two vehicles were involved, including a pickup truck, which they say swerved on and off the road before hitting the homeowner's trailer and then flipping over. He says the driver of the truck was taken away by ambulance. We'll update you with more information as we get it. A federal jury has convicted two New York men for a Rangeley robbery conspiracy after a 6-day trial in Bangor. According to court records and evidence presented at the trial, 51-year-old Andre Mueller, 42-year-old Robert Holland, and 3 other men developed a plan to steal controlled substances from a Rangeley home back in July 2016. According to court records, on July 28, 2016, 2 co-conspirators entered the home armed with knives and a baseball bat with the intent to take the controlled substances. Mueller and Holland both face up to 20 years in prison and a fine of up to $250,000. They'll be sentenced at a later date. Meanwhile, jury selection got underway today in the murder trial of a Presque Isle man accused of killing 2 men in Aroostook County. Bobby Nightingale was 38 years old when the deaths occurred in August of 2019. 25-year-old Alan Curtis and 51-year-old Roger Ellis were found dead in a truck on Route 227 in Castle Hill. Last week, Nightingale's lawyers asked the charges be dismissed because the state had allegedly listened to calls between him and co-counsel. Nightingale's murder trial is scheduled to begin on August 15th. Earlier today, Senator Susan Collins visited Northern Light Acadia Hospital in Bangor to speak with hospital leaders there about behavioral health services. Collins discussed 2 projects amounting to $3.2 million that she's advocating for in Washington. The senator recently secured the $3.2 million in the fiscal year 2023 appropriations bill.
I am very excited about a $2 million project that would be used to expand access to pediatric mental health services.
Part of the project would include the construction of a new inpatient wing and expansion of the number of beds at the hospital. Implementing transportation innovation took center stage during a conference at the University of Maine. Our Devin Dagnalt has details.
Funded by the Department of Transportation, innovators from all over New England came together to solve the problems surrounding transportation durability. It's no secret that New England's roads receive a beating from the region's harsh weather and always seem to be in a state of distress. The Transportation Infrastructure Conference is not only working on how to solve this problem, but how to do it sustainably.
Just this morning, there's a road that washed out in Jackman, Maine, because of a heavy storm. And because the culvert underneath the road couldn't support the amount of water that goes through it. We have technologies where we can 3D print culvert inserts that can increase the flow in the culvert by 30%. Yeah. So that could have avoided the whole problem.
According to Dr. Dagger, earlier this week in Hampton, Maine, using technology invented at the University of Maine, a bridge that weighed less than half the weight of a concrete bridge was able to be installed within 4 hours. Dagger says the University of Maine has worked hard to innovate and implement technology that is not only more durable and eco-friendly, but is also more cost-effective for the consumer, like their replacement for steel rebars made of thermoplastic.
The beauty of this is it doesn't corrode like steel does. And the reason we have potholes in Maine is because when we put salts on the roads, it gets into the steel rebar in the deck. The steel corrodes, and when the steel corrodes, it expands. So the oxide of the metal occupies a larger volume.
He says with innovations like this, our roads and the cars on them will be able to last much longer in the near future. In Orono, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7, Fox 22.
All right, and it was another warm yet pretty comfortable day out there today. We're going to turn things over to our Jeff Weller with a first look at our forecast now.
All right, Peter, thank you. Happy Wednesday. Your first weather is brought to you by Scott's Recreation with offices in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono. And look what we did today. High temperatures back in the mid-70s. It's comfortable air out there again after some 60s yesterday. A little bit warmer today. Even warmer temperatures in here for tomorrow. There are lots of clouds out there right now, and basically a mostly cloudy evening. And we'll have lots of clouds around again tomorrow with temperatures hanging out back in the 70s. But overall, this mess of clouds here is slowly going this way. However, this front right here is going to catch up to it tomorrow and give us a couple more thunder showers later tomorrow afternoon. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies to mostly cloudy skies. There could be a rogue sprinkle. Most of us will stay dry with low temperatures down near 60. Your full forecast is coming up. Peter?
And another comfortable overnight, too. Thanks so much, Jeff. We'll check in with you in a bit. And still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, hundreds of educators from across the state gathered at the Augusta Civic Center today for the first ever Educators Summit. And the Secretary of State recently announced that Maine voters can now begin requesting absentee ballots. We'll have those stories and much more as ABC 7 News at 6 continues.
Come on down! Come on down! Come on down! You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
I'll take The Price is Right instant ticket, please.
Play The Price is Right instant ticket from the Maine Lottery today. Win up to $250,000 instantly. Or enter for your chance to win a trip to Las Vegas for a chance to win up to $50 million in the Come On Down Challenge. Come on down!
Bruce Poliquin has always fought to protect Maine residents and businesses. That's why he spoke out against a Washington scheme to let the IRS spy on Maine bank accounts. Washington bureaucrats want to monitor our transactions, take more of our money, and ignore our privacy. But Bruce Poliquin is fighting back. Call Bruce and tell him to keep up the fight. He's standing up for Maine and keeping the government out of our bank accounts.
We're a AAA family.
We found out about AAA insurance through a friend who had actually mentioned it a while ago. We ran the numbers and it totally worked.
We looked at the statement for our previous insurer and then AAA insurance. Definitely, we've seen a huge difference.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full picture quote to find out how much you could save.
By switching over to AAA insurance, we saved over $450. So with our savings, he bought more equipment.
More money means more practice equipment.
In his world.
Why didn't we do this earlier? Why did it take so long?
We're a AAA family now.
AAA insurance allows us to do so much more with our kids and spend more time with them.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA insurance, call 877-209-5384 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
From a humble horse and buggy beginning over 100 years ago to a fleet of modern deluxe motor coaches today, Sear North Star Tours wants to take you places. In Maine, throughout the United States, and abroad, we offer tours and day trips to suit everyone's interests and passions. Cherry blossoms in the spring, Prince Edward Island in the summer, trips to the city, trips to the shore, culture, history, music, and more. Sear North Star Tours. Where can we take you?
If you've been injured in an accident, tell them you mean business.
Welcome back, everyone. Hundreds of educators from across the state of Maine gathered at the Augusta Civic Center this morning for the second day of the first ever Educator Summit. Our Matthew Juranczyk was there and has more.
I'm here at day 2 of the Maine Educator Summit, where teachers are listening to a keynote speaker and taking things away that they plan on using for the classroom. Educators from every county in Maine file into Augusta Civic Center this morning to take part in a day filled with various workshops. Hosted by the Maine Department of Education, the point of the event is to create relationships and allow teachers to learn from each other.
It's extremely important for educators and school leaders to be able to have a space to come together, to network and share ideas, to learn new strategies, and to strengthen their professionalism and their resilience as they are about to be entering a brand new school year.
The second day of the event kicked off with a breakfast buffet where educators had the chance to meet and form connections. Afterwards, the crowd was given a speech by Maine Commissioner of Education Pender Macon about the importance of the education sector before being sent to workshops for the day.
I guess I want to start by saying thank you to the phenomenal staff here at the Civic Center.
With this being the first ever Educators Summit, organizer Jeanette Kirk says it's gone to plan.
We've had a wonderful 2 days. We've had over 400 educators join us over the course of 2 days with 58 sessions running concurrently.
The themes of the event were resilience, responsiveness, and a renewed approach to education. Teachers had the opportunity to sit in on a wide variety of workshops to provide learning opportunities for one another. For kindergarten teacher Doreen Franklin, she's been learning about creative ways in getting her class involved in solving problems in particular situations.
I've gone to a lot of PBL sessions, which is project-based learning, problem-based learning. It's really student-centered, and I think that it's going to be something that will be perfect for my classroom.
During the summit, 8th grade teacher Kim Barnes looked for new ways to connect with her students during these stressful times.
My focus was to attend workshops today to help me kind of bridge that gap that I'm seeing in my classroom. So I attended one session about restorative practices so that we're moving forward to help students bridge those gaps of social learning.
With the event wrapping up this afternoon, Barnes is proud of the effort her fellow peers are putting in to suit students' needs.
Maine teachers have done a phenomenal job, and they've always been really at the forefront of change, and they're so resilient.
Reporting from Augusta, Matthew Juranczyk, ABC7 and Fox 22.
Secretary of State Shenna Bellows recently announced Maine voters can now begin requesting their absentee ballots for the upcoming general election. Those who require an absentee ballot have up until 3 months prior to Election Day to request one. Voters will receive their ballots a month before the election per the state's no-excuse absentee voting law. Once a ballot is submitted, Maine voters can track the progress of their ballot on the state's absentee ballot request website. Secretary of State Director of Communications Emily Cook says voting in the upcoming election is something that everyone should take part in.
Making your voice heard in any election is the basis of our democracy. So making sure that Mainers turn out, which they always do in large numbers, is an important part of that process.
Voters will only need to submit one request to receive their absentee ballot for the election on November 3rd. A bill to improve visitor access to Katahdin Woods and Waters National Monument and support more tourist activity in the region has been introduced by Congress. It would also authorize the expansion of Katahdin Woods and Waters by giving the National Park Service permission to acquire land that better connects the monument to the Millinocket region and major roadways. Senator Angus King introduced this legislation along with Senator Susan Collins co-sponsoring the measure. A statement from Senator King's office said all expansions will occur with the cooperation of willing landowners and will protect traditional hunting, fishing, and snowmobile use on the land that's acquired. It says those acquisitions are expressly forbidden through eminent domain. Senator King said, quote, "Since its establishment, Katahdin Woods and Waters has helped thousands of people from around the world enjoy Maine's unmatched beauty and brought important economic opportunity to our state. The Katahdin Woods and Waters National Monument Access Act would build on the monument's success and let more people experience this Maine treasure, end quote. And certainly just one of many Maine treasures here in this great state. Well, still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, how United Way is partnering with Penquist to bring back the Fill the Bus event. And in sports, Tyler Cruz joins Dave Peck live in studio to break down the first full padded practice for the Maine Black Bears. We'll have that story right after the break. Stay with us.
Inflation, a broken supply chain, and high gas prices. Mainers everywhere are facing tough decisions about rising costs. Growing up as part of a small family business in Leeds, I learned what a struggling economy does to small businesses, jobs, and to working class people. And serving as a Marine in Afghanistan and Iraq taught me to stand strong for what's right in the face of adversity. I'm Jared Golden, and that's why in Congress, I'm an independent voice for you, taking on my own party to stand up for Maine families. I was the only Democrat to vote against trillions of dollars of President Biden's agenda because I knew it would make inflation worse. I've stood with law enforcement against defunding the police. I support cutting the gas tax and increasing domestic oil production. I'm working to lower prescription drug costs and standing firm against any cuts to Social Security and Medicare. I'll always be an independent fighter for you. I'm Jared Golden, and this is my family. I approve this message because when it comes to doing what's right for your family, I'll never back down.
Living with metastatic breast cancer means being relentless because every day matters. And having more of them is possible with Verzenio, the only one of its kind proven to help you live significantly longer when taken with fulvestrant, regardless of menopause status.
Verzenio plus fulvestrant is for HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer that has progressed after hormone therapy. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be.
Every day matters, and I want more of them.
Ask your doctor about everyday Verzenio.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
The New York Giants take on the New England Patriots in their preseason football opener this Thursday at 7 p.m. on ABC 7.
Everyone, well, training camp rolls on for Maine football, ticking down the days until the season starts. We'll bring in Tyler Cruz now for a little Wednesday talk back. Tyler, it's good to see you in studio here. It's been a little while. You had a nice summer. Now it's time to hit the ground running with some football.
Yeah, I mean, I was up in Orono this morning for practice. Felt like football weather this morning, right? It was like 60, 70 degrees. Giving the air conditioning a break, I was comfortably wearing jeans instead of shorts, and the Black Bears, they were wearing pads for the first time. Talking to Coach Jordan Stevens and quarterback Joe Fagnano really helps with the pads on. Football isn't really the same without them, right? Might as well strap some flags to their pants. And they said that full contact really helps them get a feel for what's going to work come game time and what isn't.
It's always a good time. Guys are always excited to get out here and play football again. Guys can get a helmet on a helmet or pads together, and we can really see, what plays are working and what's not.
I think we're able to see the finish. It's a little more solidified and defined what the finish of the play is. I mean, I think that way you're able to see guys, the physical part of the game as well.
All right, so they're about 24 days from suiting up for the first time. They were picked to finish 8th in the conference in the preseason polls after a 5th-place finish in 2021. Does this year's team look any different to you from the Nick Charlton era now to maybe the Jordan Stevens era?
Hard to tell with only a couple practices, right? But it certainly feels a little bit different. Coach Stevens is really grilling the relationship and the bonding aspect off the field. Actually, he's quizzing random players at the end of each practice and each team meeting on the definition of brotherhood. We'll have more on that later. They're living in the dorms together for the first time in years. And as for that first game goes, there is still some work to be done, both with the X's and O's and in the locker room before they suit up and take the field in New Mexico in September.
I feel like we know who our leaders are, but I think we're still building those leaders. And then from a schematic standpoint, it's really honing in on areas we want to identify at on the offensive side of the ball and on the defensive side of the ball. So I think we expect to be there in a couple weeks, but right now just still going through our install, still putting things in right now.
That's again, a couple of weeks. You saw, how's Jack Webb doing? The intern from sports department this past summer. He was out there. He was sweating, working hard. You say hi to him at all?
Yeah, I did. I saw Jack. They had him line up at defensive line for a drill against the offensive lineman. He is quick for his size. I mean, he's like 3 times the size of me. Looks normal with everybody else out there, but he's quick on his feet. Didn't surprise me, but yeah, he's got some quick feet out there.
He's a big boy. He's working there. It's good to see him. You know, it's like we saw him in here. He's able to get some work. Now we get to see him in his natural habitat, so it's good stuff. Tyler, good stuff as always from you. Appreciate the update. Let's stay on football now and check in with the Patriots because they're just a couple weeks into training camp now as well. And already game 1 of the preseason is just about here. The Pats will host the Giants on Thursday night from Gillette Stadium. Now, as we reported earlier in the week, former Black Bear Andre Miller will not take the field after having surgery on his arm. For the Patriots, all the reports have been about how bad the offense looked this week. That's the simple analysis. But Belichick made it clear earlier this week what we're observing in practice from a results standpoint isn't necessarily black and white.
If you look at the result of the play, I mean, that's one thing. If you look at the 22 components of the play, 11 on each side, that's a totally different breakdown. So there's an element of both, but if you don't get the 11 things right, eventually you're going to have problems. So it might look good on a particular play out here, might look bad if something different had happened on the play.
We don't always get a lot of insight from Bill, so when we do, we got to take advantage of it. And I know we like to go black and white, nuance is boring, blah, 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 but there is nuance to it. So just because all the reports say the offense may be struggling, it's just 1 or 2 pieces potentially until they can put it together. They'll gear up for their first preseason game again against the Giants this Thursday. Then we'll have a better sense of where they're at. Up here, though, high school fall sports, they're set to begin practice this coming Monday. Still a few weeks until game time, but referee shortages continue to be an issue now for field hockey as well. Longtime high school field hockey coach Lori Smith used the word dire to describe the lack of officials within the main high school field hockey sphere. She said in some parts of the state, referee classes didn't even get a single participant this summer. It's a problem almost all fall sports are facing, but current officials say even if you're a newcomer, there's a place for you on the field.
We are all here to help. So if you feel like, I don't know if I could do it, you have a lot of support if you just take that initiative.
Players, former coaches, I think can make the best officials, and that's who we need to find a way to reach out to.
Again, first practice for most fall sports in the high school sector is on Monday. All right, to that sports, here's Jeff Weller with your full 5-day forecast. Jeff?
Here we go. Your full weather is brought to you by Diversified Ink Tattoo Studio in Penobscot Plaza in Bangor, providing custom ink by licensed artists for over 20 years. And let's talk about temperatures. Back in the 70s today. 76 here in Bangor, 70 Millinocket. We'll take it. These are below average temperatures, or who cares? We got rid of the rain for a while today, but there is some more rain in the forecast, including in there tomorrow into tomorrow night. All right, tonight though, low temperatures down near 60, and tomorrow recovering nicely once again. But you see that right there, the little yellow area? That's a cold front approaching the area for tomorrow afternoon and evening. That will likely cool us off a bit tomorrow night and bring us a round of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. Right now, the wind is out all over the place, right? From 0 in Millinocket, out of the southeast here in Bangor. So overall, though, kind of no wind tonight. That's a problem because no wind will give us some radiational cooling. That could give us some dense fog in there after midnight tonight. All right, so allergies. Are you sneezing or sniffling? Here could be a reason why. Tree, grass, weed looking okay right now still, but mold continues to go up and up and up, and likely probably by tomorrow back in the high category for us into the weekend and beyond. All right, so lots of clouds out there today. There are a couple of sprinkles, areas of drizzle. It wasn't really a big deal for anybody, right? But overall, this whole mess is getting out of here. But this one here, that's going to catch up to this. Tonight and tomorrow likely bring us a round of showers and storms tomorrow. Non-severe, but a couple areas could see some locally heavy rainfall tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening. We could use the rainfall as you know. But for right now, there's lots of clouds out there and a couple pockets of drizzle. That'll be our story tonight into early parts of tomorrow morning. Futurecast shows the clouds out there now, some pocket drizzle, and here comes that front right there by tomorrow morning. Here's 7:30 tomorrow morning, and by midday or so, it's just to the west of us, and by late in the afternoon, here comes that line at peak heating tomorrow, which could give us those chance for a few storms. Again, non-severe, but some locally heavy rainmakers in there as well. That line comes through tomorrow night and then dries us out, though, for Friday. And right now, it looks like a really nice weekend around here with temperatures hanging out near 80. Rainfall going forward, though, not so much. We're talking maybe a quarter inch of rain. It's not going to be a drenching rainfall unless you get under one of the heavier storms tomorrow afternoon. That could give you a quick inch of rain very quickly. All right, our forecast then tonight, though, is mostly cloudy skies. Some dense fog is likely after midnight as the winds go calm and low temperatures settle near 61. For tomorrow, all right, here we go. So partly cloudy skies, a couple of showers are likely before noon, and then a couple of thunder showers after noon. High temperatures reaching for 80 will probably stop just short tomorrow. But then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows 80s are back in the forecast. Not tomorrow, 79, couple of rain showers. Friday, 80, Saturday, 80, Sunday, 81, 82 on Monday with lots and lots of sunshine. Peter?
All right, so a very nice outlook ahead, including the weekend. We'll have to see that. Thanks so much, Jeff, and more to come after the break.
Savings just got even better on your favorite designer brands at the Label Shopper Summer Madness Sale. Take an extra 50% off summer fashion. Stop in today at the Summer Madness Sale.
Label Shopper, great clothes, great prices.
Al, did you make that call?
Honey, we already have Medicare. Why do I need to call?
Alan, the Feldman said we may be able to get additional benefits with a Medicare Advantage plan right here in our zip code with $0 monthly premiums.
Honey, what do you mean additional benefits? We turned 65, we got Medicare. That's all there is to it, right?
I'm talking about Medicare Part C, commonly called Medicare Advantage. We have traditional Medicare, which is only Medicare Parts A and B, but not Part C.
Wait. So not everyone on Medicare is a Part C plan?
No, that's why we need to call, because there may be plans available with additional benefits that aren't covered under Medicare Parts A and B. We don't have a Medicare Part C plan which covers everything in Part A and Part B plus extra benefits in Medicare Part C.
What kind of extra benefits?
There are great plans that may be available with extra benefits like dental, vision, and hearing.
Did you say dental?
Yes, dental. Medicare Part C plans could include dental benefits that help cover routine dental exams and teeth cleanings, plus dental x-rays, fillings, gum disease treatment, and dentures.
We need that. I'm calling.
If you don't have a Medicare Part C plan, call now because there may be plans with additional benefits available that are simply not covered under Medicare Parts A and B, like routine dental coverage. If you're on Medicare, you can call even if you called last year. We will check to see if there is a Part C plan available in your area with additional benefits. You don't get a plan with additional benefits automatically. If you're losing coverage, moving, or new to Medicare, call to speak with a licensed insurance agent. Remember, you don't get Medicare Part C benefits automatically. Call now for your free 2022 no-obligation Medicare benefits review. Call 800-413-8094. 800-413-8094.
Tonight, the FBI raid on former President Trump's home, the fallout, plus the high-stakes primary races, what the results signal as midterms close in. More Americans turn to World News Tonight with David Muir, the most-watched program on all of television.
Welcome back, and finally tonight, with the school year right around the corner, United Way of Eastern Maine has begun their efforts to help gather school supplies for children in need. United Way has partnered with Penquist to bring back the Fill the Bus event. The event aims to gather as many school supplies and donations as possible for students who need them most in Penobscot and Piscataquis counties. On Friday, donors can bring school supplies or cash donations to either the Bangor or Lincoln Walmart between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m.
When a child has the supplies that they need to have a good school year, they can be fully engaged and they can be fully present. When they don't have the supplies that they need, they're worried about, they have so much anxiety, they're worried about what other classmates might think or feel, and it really is a way to make sure that we are setting our children up for the best possible future.
We'll also be holding a Fill the Bus event for Somerset County on August 27th, where donations can be dropped off at either the Skowhegan or Palmyra Walmart. Great to see that event back and benefiting kids ahead of the school year. All right, well, that does it for us tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a great rest of your evening.